Hey there, it's Chris from Good Roads, and I just finished my first limited edition run of Fingerboard decks. I am so thrilled with how these little boards came out, and in this video I'm going to show you the kind of interesting technique I use to apply graphics to 29 different decks. I think what I came up with is pretty interesting, so let's get into it. A little while back, when I was pressing a giant pile of blanks to make this run, I asked on Instagram what I should do for the graphics, and DJ Boy 1 said, some aliens and crazy stuff? So aliens and crazy stuff it is. I started by doing some general sketches, drawing up some strange space spooks. Now, I'm sure you're expecting grays, grays. But I got a thing about grays, they kind of freak me out, and from a design standpoint, I also don't think they're that interesting. So I'm pulling from some other alien imagery here. Tentacles, strange eyes, and antenna all make an appearance as I'm going through different sketches and iterations on what I might be able to do for this deck. But fairly shortly into the brainstorm, I started to feel like I was spinning my wheels. Sometimes it can help when designing a graphic to work in the actual format of the final art. So I quickly designed and printed myself up some fingerboard sketching templates, and I adapted some of my earlier characters to fit the space, but yeah, these guys are kind of neat, but I just feel like they don't work well as a deck graphic. I think it's because they're just floating there. They don't interact with the edges of the frame at all. Okay, let's try something different. What if we went abstract and kind of broke through the edges of the deck? Well, let's bring back some of those alien features. Weird eyes, antenna, tentacles. Yeah, I think we got something going here. I felt good enough about this direction that I started to bring those ideas onto the computer and generate something like my final graphic in Illustrator, and cool. We've got an abstract geometric alien with bug eyes, tentacles, antenna, big teeth, and slimy drool. Dope. Now I've just got to get this onto the decks. Remember in the last video when I bolted my laser cutter to the floor? Well, this is why. I'm going to be going back and forth from that machine a lot, and I need everything to line up every single time I put the decks into it. The machine had been off for a while. I had been leaving it alone, and I wasn't sure if the home position was still set. So just to be sure, I cut a new seat from my alignment jig and popped a test deck in place. Wait, Chris, wait, I hear you say. Your design had color, and laser cutters can't do color. What are you playing at? Well, check it out. Here's the plan. I'm gonna do a very, very light etch outlines for all of my colors straight onto the deck. And then basically use those lines like a coloring book and add ink with markers or paint pens. And since I designed the line work to be pretty chunky, I don't have to be super accurate with my inking. It just has to be close. With a color in place, I can move the blanks back to the laser and basically have it do my line work for me. The laser just kind of trims everything to shape, and oh my god, that works better than I ever imagined it would. Okay, grab the decks, let's do this. Into the laser to etch the color lines. Ink the colors. And once more into the breech for the line work. And wow, just wow. Listen, I thought my little ink and laser combo idea might be pretty neat, but dang, I am seriously so beyond thrilled at how these came out. This seems to be, for me at least, a technique that is quite a bit better than the sum of its parts. Now, this is a limited edition. I'm treating it like a limited edition art piece, a block print or a screen print. And to me, that means you have to have an edition number and that each entry in the edition needs to be numbered as well. So let me just do one more burn here. And yeah, there we go. We've got the Good Roads logo, your maker's mark, and space for numbering. Now all that's left is to give them a clear coat, number the actual edition, and we're done. I am so excited about how this edition came out. There are 22 of the main run of the edition, which is rock maple with this kind of green accent color, but the keen-eyed amongst you might have noticed that there were some other decks floating around as well. I've got 2 of the blue variant, which is a curly maple deck. I've got 2 of the orange variant, which are walnut, and I've got 3 cherry, which have the red accent color. And I mean, look at that guy. He's like dripping blood from his mouth. Gore streak. That was a horror show. All of these guys are available at goodroadscollective.com. So grab one while you can, and thank you very much if you do. I'll tell you right now, the way that I think about limited editions is it's limited. These boards will never be made again. I will never do this design, these color variations on these woods again. I might do something similar, and I don't know, if you guys really like them and I sell out real fast and demand's like through the roof, maybe somewhere down the line we'll do a re-release, but it won't be the same. I feel very specifically about that. Limited editions are special. Limited editions are one time only. So that's how I'm gonna be treating this run. So when I say get one while you can, if you want one, I really hope they sell out. It would be really cool if they did. I'd appreciate it if they sold out. Get yourself a cool piece of Good Roads history, a good piece of our board building history of our first run of decks. Even though they're teeny tiny guys, first run of decks. Very exciting. Buying from the shop in general is a great way to support the channel, whether you're getting tools, the tools that I make there, or whether you're getting some of these limited edition decks, which I would just love to get into the hands of other board building enthusiasts. It really makes a huge difference. Seeing the enthusiasm for the stuff that I make is so exciting, so rewarding, and so motivating. And motivating is key, because I'm really, really happy with how this run came out, but there's a part of my brain that's looking at it, and what it's saying to me is, hey, Chris, finish that steel-framed full-size press, because this is just practice. So, if you want to see more awesome fingerboard builds, more full-size builds, more tool development, more types of boards being built, just go ahead and subscribe. That's a great thing you can do. You want to support even more? Join these awesome folks right here who support on Patreon. They really, really help me do all the experimentation and development for these techniques, and they're a big part of how I can bring it to you here on YouTube. Grab yourself a deck or some tools from the shop and just keep being an awesome human. You do that. That'd be great. And with that, we're on to the next one. As always, I love having you along for the ride, so until next time, I'll see you soon.